Some school districts say that they're receiving less money through the state budget. Now they're a little worried about the federal. What do you say to those districts who are concerned?
Well, what I would say to any superintendent, any parent, now is the time to be contacting your state senator, your state representative.
Right now at 5, Ohio leaders react to President Donald Trump's latest cuts to the federal government. An executive order signed by the president now has a lot of school districts scrambling on what comes next. Thanks for joining us this evening at 5. I'm Colin Dorsey.
And I'm Doug Petcash. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine was in Washington, D.C. yesterday when President Trump signed the order to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education. Tonight, 10 TV's Tara Jabor is pressing DeWine for his thoughts on Trump's decision. She joins us live from the Ohio Department of Education. So, Tara, what did the governor have to say today?
Well, Doug, according to the latest state budget audit, about 11% of the funding for schools here in Ohio comes from the federal government. Now, when you do the math, that's a little bit over $3 billion. Today, we asked the governor if he thinks Ohio will still receive that money.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is optimistic about the future of education in Ohio.
The bureaucracy and the red tape to be eliminated so that the dollars that are coming back from the federal government, that we can more efficiently, more effectively utilize them here in the state of Ohio.
Governor DeWine says he still has a lot of questions about what exactly this means for funding.
We don't know, will the amount stay the same? We don't know whether it will come back in different, in any kind of different form.
The governor says education is one of his top priorities. He says they have 3 groups of children that they are focused on right now.
We'll focus on our most disadvantaged children. We're going to focus on our poorest children. We're going to focus on children who have a disability.
Scott Demara, president of the Ohio Education Association, disagrees with the governor. Demara says he fears that if schools don't have state and federal funding, then they will suffer.
They either have to cut programs and services to students, which means bigger classes, a narrower range of curriculum options, fewer supports for kids like transportation and access to extracurricular programs.
He worries that districts will have to rely on its taxpayers to fund education.
They have to ask local taxpayers to pay more in property taxes to fund schools because the state and the federal government aren't doing their jobs.
But Governor DeWine says he believes Ohio can handle its own education. He says if local school districts are concerned about funding, then they should take action.
Now is the time to be contacting your state senator, your state representative.
The governor says one thing he can assure Ohioans is that every penny sent from the federal government for education will be used.
It is about our future. It's about the future of our children. What is more important? There's nothing more important.
So while questions about funding still remain, the governor did say that he thinks Ohio can handle its own education better than anyone else. Doug?
Well, Tara, a big impact for millions of Americans is student loan debt and what they owe. What can you tell us about the future of federal loans for students?
Well, Doug, we heard from the president today. He said that the Small Business Association will now handle those student loans. He says that the Department of Health will handle special needs and student programs. I'll send it back to you.
Parsing it out. All right, Tara, thank you so much.